Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern and sometimes Red Lantern podcast. I am Phil, joining me as always, Master of the Cores. It is.
I am Will. Hey everyone.
And this time, yes, once again, more Red Lanterns. This time, Red Lanterns 9 through 12 and number 0. Plus, again, we had a new issue out this week.
Oh, awesome.
And there's some New York Comic Con news.
Awesome.
Now, for some of the Comic-Con news, they announced, I guess he's staying on Green Lantern, but Jeremy Adams is starting another series next year.
Okay.
This series, it's been a while since we had one of these, but Jeremy Adams is going to be doing the Aquaman ongoing.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like whatever plans they had for Aquaman were derailed with the New 52, and he hasn't really been seen much since, has he?
Yeah. I mean, I think after Aquaman 2, those the plans were kind of sunk.
Yeah.
So yes, I was assuring Lilith today that yes, Aquaman will be in good hands with Jeremy Adams.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then you also see there's I saw two pieces of Green Lantern news. Okay. The first, well, we already kind of knew this one, but Al Ewing is going to be doing Absolute Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it's going to be somewhat of a horror vibe and stuff, maybe to it a little bit. So, which is what he's good at. So, it's all you're not ready for this. You don't know what you're going to be expecting with this. And I swear I saw a panel of like a giant Green Lantern symbol, like crushing something or something, or like I don't know, if it's like a street or something. Like, okay,
where is my giant boxing glove?
Yes. And it looks like they're rebooting the Power Company. Remember that series from like the early 2000s?
That's right. Kurt Busiek and was it Tom Grummett?
Yeah, I think so. At least some of it, if not all of it. Yeah. It seems like the new team is going to be all people of color, including our friend Joe Mullen.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who's writing this one?
I can't remember. See if I can look this up. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple bad characters in there, of course. Joe's in there. I think it's Hosea Powers going to be putting that together again. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. I love how I try to look up Power Company 2025, and all it is like electric companies.
Electric companies, exactly.
Maybe if I put DC Comics, there we go. Jeez. Yes, it's going to be the Power Company versus the Waller Was Right movement.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Here we go. Okay, first I guess there's going to be a one-shot Rise of the Power Company. DC Power, Rise of the Power Company, and they have a whole bunch of names attached to that. Yeah, that one looks like it's going to be, a bunch of stories and that. Yeah, I don't know if they actually... Is this going to be a series or like a one-shot? Because, the Rise of the Power Company, they announced there's like a whole bunch of names attached to it. Brandon Thomas, Vita Ayala, John Jennings, Zipporah Smith. So, Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of writers and names on it, because that's at the end of January, but it's still only $3.99, so I don't know. Unless they introduce some, because it's Joe, it's Duke Thomas, and Cyborg's in there. Looks like Cyborg and Vixen look like they might be in there. And Jace I am Batman. So yeah. So that's coming at the end of January. So yeah, so Joe will be on a team book.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's another cover. Oh, maybe the other Wally West might be in this. If these covers are any indication. All right, so yeah, that's all that's all, at least all the Comic-Con news, Green Lantern wise, I saw. But
okay, I did see something. I don't know if this was Comic-Con news, but something about a fractured spectrum or something special. Is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe that was on Reddit. I don't know. Hang on a second.
Because probably this coming week, maybe isn't there? Oh, what's the name of it? It's there's some special coming out, but it's with the what's her face? The Green Lantern that actually holds like the lantern.
Oh yeah, it's Dark. Green Lantern Dark or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Oh yeah, Green Lantern Dark, yeah. Yeah, it says October 2024. So I would assume that'd have to be next week. or the week after.
Let's see. I'm seeing if I can find... Green Lantern. It's a DC All-In. Witness the rise of the fractal lanterns. Green Lantern, Fractured Spectrum #1. It's a DC All-In. Maybe part of the new... I think it's probably just the new releases coming out, that because it's got Green Lantern 19 listed and that one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, unless it's like another, Civil Corps special or something like that. Yeah, because I think I'm looking on Reddit too. I think I see what you're seeing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You see that cover? I love one of the first comments is Kyle looks important, guys. Kyle looks important.
Yay! Well, and I think so. We got a lot of focus on Joe and John in the last volume, right? Mm-hmm. For all of its faults, getting a lot of Joe and John, I think, was really awesome. So we're getting a lot of focus on how this is Hal's book right now. We get some guy, some Joe, but you're right. Kyle is. I feel like I hope we're building up to something with him, so that because he hasn't really had much of a focus in I think years at this point, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, he did have the 0 Hour special, but we kind of had some issues with that at times. He's not a rookie anymore, man.
No. But yeah, then we had Green Lantern 16. Well, 16? Yeah, 16.
Sweet. That is an awesome cover.
Yeah. We're more stuff from the Civil Corps thing is coming about here, and we actually see Teen Lantern, because I guess the United Planets had her because they were very interested in her, because they're like, she's like the only one who ever figured out how to access that green energy without her ring. So,
well, yeah, because they were experimenting on her when like, Hal, I need you to be quiet and not do anything. So of course he can't be quiet or not do anything. So.
Oh, did I tell you last time? I mean, I don't know if you consider this a little big spoiler, but yeah, because Guy was going in to help, like he frees Joe and a bunch of the lanterns that they had locked up on Oa. So he needed a distraction. So what was his distraction? Well, who did he free first? Larfleeze.
That's a pretty big distraction.
And I love, what was it? Was it in Civil Corps? I think someone was like, wasn't that going to be a problem? And he's like, nah, that's like a little problem. I'm worrying about the big problem right now. We'll worry about Larfleeze later.
Surely that won't come back to bite us. Anyway, moving on, right?
Because he lets Larfleeze out of cell, he's just like ripping in the United Planets staff, like, where's my lantern?
Mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So yeah,
good issue. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. I don't want to spoil too much because again, it has lots to do with Civil Corps. It picks up like seconds after that. So
excellent. So I will get, hopefully it's the 19th. Hopefully this time next week I should have my my shipment. So that'll be cool. Very cool.
All right. Should we talk some Red Lanterns?
Yeah. This.
Although the only synopsis I have is for issue 0, the rest of them don't have synopsis. So
I don't know. I feel like just as a little bit of a preamble here, because again, I haven't read these issues ever, right? So I have no idea what's coming. I feel like the writer is laying groundwork for stuff, but I don't know that these 4 issues really came together. And, because it looked like we were at the end of the first year arc, right? Mm-hmm. And, the battery's reborn. I mean, these issues are good. We get the, they're poisoned, they're dying. They go off, half of them go off with Bleeze to try to kill the Star Sapphires. Atrocitus goes off to find Abysmus, and we get a little bit of a kind of a Deus Ex Machina because, I built it into him, so it'll repair the battery. So, and I thought that was a little bit weird.
Convenient.
But, very convenient. But, it's explained away because, yes, I knew about this prophecy, so I built in a way to solve the prophecy into okay. All right, fine, whatever. What I did find interesting, though, was the resurrection of the other members of the 5 inversions.
Yeah. I was like, I forgot about them, yeah.
I wonder if that's going to go anywhere. Because we know, at least I'm aware of the interesting times of the New 52, so who knows at this point, right? Mm-hmm. But the 0 issue, The Origin of Atrocitus, I thought that was... Now, there are some absolutely beautiful, like full-page splashes in 9 or 10, I think, that are just jaw-droppingly wonderful. I mean, they're just... The artist knocked those out of the park.
Oh, yeah, the art is great on these.
Yeah. I thought the 0 issue was good because it really... it did, I think, what the 0 issues were supposed to do, is give you an origin or give you background on, and, hey, this is where Atrocitus came from. I mean, we had the larger strokes, but this, filled in some of the stuff. But, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I only have a synopsis for 0, but here, I was just curious. I want to look here, I want to see how long Peter Milligan stays on this series, because I don't know how long he stays on this. Looks like 20 might be his last issue.
Oh, okay. So good. I mean, that he seems to have some long-term plans in motion, right?
Because I think, it seems like, I don't know, I guess the whole Guy Gardner thing's probably not his idea. So, once Peter Milligan's out, I think Guy Gardner comes in.
Yeah, doesn't he come in around 24 or something, maybe? Something like that?
It looks like he might only be on the cover of 21, so,
okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Peter Milligan's out. It looks like 20 is his last one, then Guy shows up in the next issue, so... Uh-oh.
Well, one thing that did surprise me was, and again, it shouldn't surprise me because the New 52 does have a certain
murdery vibe to it.
Bloodlust, yes, there's a certain bloodlust to the New 52. But just the sheer number of Red Lanterns that were killed off. I mean, there was what did one Rancor put it? That it was like a ring system around a planet, and they were all dead Red Lanterns. And we talked about this earlier. With the Blue Lanterns. Hey, we just got all this. Pardon my French. I almost said something. We just got all this crap set up, and now we're just going to blow it all away. I mean, because the yellows are gone, the reds are mostly gone, and we find out who paid who. Although I'm still uncertain. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the Guardians went to Yzmalt, dug up Abysmus, and said, hey, we will make you happy, whatever, if you just go kill Atrocitus, right?
I guess. Was that what I can't remember. Is that what he said? Is that what they showed? Oh, yeah. No. Oh, in the 0 issue? Is that what?
No, in the 0 issue, he kills a Guardian, which...
Oh, yeah.
I have a little... I don't know. That seemed a little bit...
convenient.
Yeah. I mean, it was... Guardians, I go back to the Rebirth, when Ganthet started doing stuff, the air got still, and, one of the most powerful people in existence.
They invented the entire Green Lantern Corps, but yes, this one science experiment took it out of Guardian. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So,
although, as we've seen, I mean, when they are threatened, they do react by doing nothing, so...
Yeah, so it's certainly possible. It's just... I would have liked to have seen I mean, I feel like you diminish, the power of the grandeur and the power and the age, the sheer, just how ancient they are. When oh hey, don't kill me, dude. Can you even be killed? I mean, it's
Exactly.
I don't know. That was a little weird, but the Guardians basically are trying. So it kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you look at the overarching plot is that the Guardians want the other cores to be gone. So the Zamarans are going to abandon the Star Sapphires. The Blues have already been pretty much destroyed. They're going after the Reds. Sinestro Corps has pretty much destroyed his. So that leaves Larfleeze and Indigo Tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It just feels like, hey, we really just got all of this really cool stuff built up, and we should really start exploring that. But no, we're going to tear it all down now because this big final storyline for Jeff Johns is coming up. I guess. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's been a half second to have a status quo with all of these cores at their full strength, right?
Mm-hmm. And okay, you know what got me? We did it once, but then I know Peter Milligan's writing the book, but did we need another Stormwatch appearance in issue 10?
Well, they did have Scalatroc?
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, I guess we had to free him or whatever, but yeah. But just Atrocitus. What's this cloaking effect here? Oh.
Yeah. I'm just going to tear that down.
I'm like, no, I mean, I guess they are still like from Earth, but I'm just like, aren't they supposed to be like the Thor or the Stormwatch supposed to have like state of the art technology and?
Well, but this is Owen Tech. It's
I guess
state of the art from 1 billion years ago too. It's still state of the art.
And again, like we said, I mean, New 52. It just seems like the mission of New 52 is it's like how much bloodshed can we do, and it's like how many dominoes can we set up and then knock over.
Yeah, exactly. Or completely ignore and just pretend that they never happened.
It's like, oh yeah, we got all these cores. Yeah, can we blow them all up? Yeah.
Blow them all up now.
In like even more brutal way than we've always like detonated cores in the past. Can we?
Oh yeah, let's poison them from the inside out, and then have a ring system composed solely of dead Red Lanterns.
Although I do like that scene with Dexter though, when Midnighter punches him and says, "Midnighter to Stormwatch, I've just punched a cat."
Exactly. Yeah, that was good. If we look at. So let's back up. We've seen the first 12 issues of Green Lantern. We've seen the first 12 issues of Green Lantern Corps, and we've seen the first 12 issues of Green Lantern New Guardians, and now the first 12 issues of Red Lanterns.
Yes.
What's your take? What's your ranking on all those guys?
That's hard because it's like I don't know, quite a few of these. I'm like, in the beginning you have hope, but then towards the end you're like, eh.
Yeah.
Because again, but like an episode or two ago, I probably would have put Red Lanterns at the top, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it stuck kind of the ending of this arc really well. Yeah. That's my opinion anyway. I mean, it's still good.
Yeah. I mean, as a whole 12 issues and an issue 0, I don't. The regular Green Lantern book might have to go number 1. I'm not sure.
I'm kind of thinking that myself now, and I feel like it's a battle between New Guardians and Corps to be the bottom book.
Oh, okay.
With Red Lanterns, I think, a really strong second, right?
Yeah. I mean, New Guardians, maybe just because it's Kyle. I don't know. I was like thinking, could it be second? So I'm thinking, yeah. So if you're saying, yeah, battle for last with those two, and then I was saying battle for second. So I'm thinking Green Lantern Corps is probably going third. I mean, just if you even out our scores, So it's probably like Green Lantern, Red Lanterns, New Guardians, and Corps. So yeah.
So I think we agree that Corps is probably the biggest letdown of the New 52.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
because once again we're playing the trope of, oh hey, John Stewart's a killer.
That's right. Just give him a chance. He'll do it again.
He's killed Green Lanterns, and if you let... sounds like one of those political ads. He's killed Green Lanterns, and if you let him, he'll kill him again.
That's right. He'll do it again.
He'll resurrect him and kill him again.
Where's Mogo? He needs to kill him again.
John Stewart let so many illegal aliens on the Oa.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're pretty much in agreement. Green Lantern, Red Lanterns. Now, I think Red Lanterns, if these last 4 issues could have just been
better,
a little bit stronger. I mean, I feel like these were the weakest of the. You know, if you say it's 3 arcs, right, that make up one big arc. The first arc was the best. The second arc was still really good. The third arc is just it came down. It's not as good as the first 2 arcs, in my opinion.
And it just seemed like, I mean, again, I know you got to build drama for these stories, but it's like the first 3 issues of this week. It's just like, okay, the Red Lanterns are dying, almost gone. Psych, we're back.
Yeah, better than ever. Yeah, I mean, it was still good. I enjoyed reading it, and I think potentially, aside from my qualms about Atrocitus killing, straight up murdering
everyone,
an alien, a guardian.
Yes.
Who, aside from that, I think probably the 0 issue was the strongest of the issues this week.
Oh yeah, definitely. I did enjoy it the best. So yeah, I think it was. Oh, we got more feedback from Tyler. Would you like to hear that? Maybe
you bet. Let's do that.
Give us more time to address his. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yes, Tyler Ferguson. Yes, thank you once again. He did right. I can see what Milligan was going for with Bleeze and Fatality in 11, commiserating over what they've been through, but doing so through lens of child abuse feels out of place. Like with Bleeze, it's been firmly established that her misery has been due to suitors and Sinestro Corps. As for Fatality, I feel like I don't know enough about her life prior to her planet dying to buy into it. Brainwashing received when converted into a Sapphire also clouds credibility of what's being said. Oh, what? So Star Sapphires are none of them are reliable narrators.
Yeah, I think so. Well, but she was forcibly versus who's the one that we like that kept rescuing Kyle and Thornac.
Oh yeah. I forget.
I don't think she was forcibly brainwashed. I think she just. And
or,
Carol's never been brainwashed-ish. Just all that Predator weird stuff in the past, but whatever.
The moments when Rancor was left behind to consider the vastness of space and later be surrounded by the Red's falling corpses were haunting. Scalox's snout seems way longer in number 10. Hey, man, they were studying him.
We don't know what Stormwatch did to him. Okay.
No. Maybe Midnighter punched him a lot.
Yeah.
The structure of number 0 might be a favorite aspect of it. As time passes and Atros edges closer to becoming Atrocitus, he loses another part of himself, hope, love, pity, etc. Good that more focus was given to the inversions and blood magic. Sucks that Big Red has 2 dead children now instead of 1. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, again, before it was basically they were just focusing on the dead daughter and her doll. But yeah, now, they kind of get, since they fleshed out the origin, it's, the wife, 2 kids, not 1.
Yeah, exactly. And the Manhunters, you have to give it to the Guardians. When they screw up, they don't just make a tiny mistake. It's like a galactic level screw up.
Let's kill a whole sector. Let's kill a whole sector of space.
Thanks, Krona. Thank you, Krona.
Yeah, and again, I love the ego in the Guardians. It's just like, oh yeah, the Manhunters killed an entire sector of space. Should we stop and contemplate this? No, let's create rings and give them to sentient beings.
Yeah, exactly. I like and it's a retcon, right? Because Krona's had multiple different quote-unquote origins over the decades of Green Lantern.
Yeah, from
right?
like late 50s to now, yeah.
Yeah. But I did like the fact, I thought this retcon of him reprogramming the Manhunters, one, to show just how much he really doesn't care about life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then that being why they went wild, right? It wasn't oops. It wasn't necessarily a Guardian screw up, although Krona was a Guardian. It was Krona, a rebel, did this to their project, right? Whatever that was. And I thought a neat little bit in that Zero issue where one person on Atrocitus' planet didn't indicate like a turn signal or something, and then got completely atomized for it.
Yeah,
that's how it started.
yeah. It's like the Manhunters were just started killing people for the smallest infraction and stuff, and yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a nice little detail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But no, you know what I keep waiting for from Krona, where like eventually, he's like, murdering people, or like, trying to stop the Guardians, and then the whole reason is, this is what I want, for him to just be like, yeah, I remember every crisis. I remember what happened before every crisis. And no matter how much the universe gets rewritten and rebooted every time, you guys mess up every time.
Every time, exactly. So, in every continuity.
So it's like,
that is the constant.
So it's like, yeah, is Krona evil? Is he crazy? But it's like, he has a point. You're billions of years old, and you've had like at least 4 universal reboots that try again, and you never get it right.
Exactly. You keep making the same mistake over and over. Yeah. But yeah, I did like that. To agree with Tyler, I like the construction of that Zero issue, as he moves through giving those things up. I thought that was a really good framework for that issue, and it worked really well.
Oh, yeah. Here, I do have the covers. I do want to discuss some of these covers, because, hold on. Let's see, open this. Because, again, that cover to issue 9, I feel like that was kind of false advertising. It almost seems like we're getting Black Lanterns again, and it's like, no.
No, not really.
We're not getting zombies again. Yeah, the Corps is dying, but yeah, I don't know.
The Dead Lantern Corps.
Get it rhymes, kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole thing, I was just like, it seems like kind of false advertising to me there,
But it was a really nice cover, though.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful cover, but it just made you think we're getting Black Lantern, Red Lanterns. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, issue 10, yeah, it's like, oh, Stormwatch.
Oh, yeah, and that is really, that's a really good cover, too. I really like the small details they have on Atrocitus' armor, or
like scaly
whatever.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's got some little it looks really good, and poor John Jones, yeah, who doesn't remember his JLI days at this point, but whatever.
I know. And again, I don't know if they depowered him for New 52 or not, but I'm like, he's as strong as Superman. When Superman could Atrocitus, I don't know, maybe he could, but I was gonna say, could Atrocitus take Superman out that easy?
I think the rings are pretty powerful. I think you know where I stand on Green Lantern versus Superman. So.
Yeah. just again, for your sake, and never tell Lilith that Hulk can beat Superman. No. And don't say you like that Snickers ad where they're like, "Oh, Wonder Woman, you're not yourself when you're hungry." No.
Don't mention that. Okay.
Because I think they printed that in it was sometime in New 52. I think. Oh yeah, she hates that thing. She's like, "Oh, what are they trying to apply to her time of the month?"
Maybe that wasn't too well thought out on their part. Whatever.
Oh, what a shock! Something in the New 52 era wasn't thought out. Next thing you'll know, you'll be saying they slaughtered a bunch of people, huh? Let's see, issue 11. What?
Oh yeah,
that was a good cover.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah. Bleeze versus Fatality. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Poor Bleeze poor Fatality there, man. Her costume never closes.
Yeah, I know.
Can't get that darn zipper up.
Having said that, I really do like the modification they've done to the Star Sapphire costume for Carol, in the current continuity.
Yes. Okay, here's another question. Forget the giant breasts. Okay, so those suits are made of energy from the ring, right? Mm-hmm. So why does Fatality's suit have a zipper? You can see it doesn't look like a zipper. Why does it have a zipper if the ring just... I don't know.
Because she made it that way.
I guess.
Sense. It does not make sense.
Has no imagination. She has to picture a zipper there. Oh, that's funny.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at was that 12 or 11?
That one was 11. Okay,
let's go ahead and look at 12 and 0, and then I have a question about 0.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good cover.
That's a really good cover.
Almost looks like the Hulk there. But no, you know what? I think all those are good covers, but 0 might be my favorite. I mean, it's kind of plain, but still it's
very, it gets your attention.
Yeah.
It grabs your attention.
Atrocitus ripping out of that page there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So in the 0 issue, Atrocitus frees himself from being crucified on Nismalt, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And then he kills one of the 5 inversions with, it looks like, his power battery. Did I imagine that?
Hold on, let me...
It was toward the end of the issue.
Let me look this up again.
I'm like, wait, is that... What? I didn't think there were batteries yet.
Oh, yeah, he kill... Oh, yeah, it looks like, he hits one with...
Doesn't that look like a power battery?
Yeah, he hits it over the head or something with the power battery. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Did he say something about having a battery beforehand?
I didn't think so. That just confused me.
I'm flipping through it now. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything with a battery beforehand. So, I mean, unless they were just working on it before. I don't know. Yeah, because it doesn't. I don't think it says anything about the battery. Oh, there they are, like crucified. I kill the inversions. Qual is the final sacrifice. Yeah, he's hitting it over the head with their blades. He says he builds the power battery, but like the central power battery. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know. It was just I thought, wait, what? That kind of took me back for a second. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it says anything about where he gets his like own personal battery there. Although, do the Red Lanterns even have like small batteries?
Because when the power battery came back up, they just started all charging back up. Right?
I was like, does that seem more efficient? Yeah, because it's like, they don't even really need the charge. Well, if that central battery's working, they just automatically get charged, I guess.
I don't know.
And well, again, it feeds off their rage too, so it's So I don't know if maybe their central battery is more like. I don't know, is it more like computer code where it basically just tells the ring, feed off this person's rage?
Or it just broadcasts directly to the ring as opposed to a battery, a small power battery.
Yeah, because he said he builds his power battery, and with it I empower the rage within me. Heart replaced by the red ring, blood expelled, and in its place red liquid of pure rage. But yeah, because I guess the 5 inversions were... Yeah, again, we know this. Yeah, the 5 inversions were the only ones alive. The last survivors of 666. Then after he kills the other 4, he becomes the last living thing in 666.
Yep, exactly. And it was... all of this is based on that Alan Moore story with Abin Sur. Which, I think Abin Sur is really interesting. Because he does... let fear, right, take hold, which is why he flies in a ship. He's, and based on Secret Origin, the ship crashes because of Atrocitus, right? He has Atrocitus in the ship. But he also was, a mentor to Sinestro, taught Sinestro everything he knew, and created the Indigo tribe. So, he's a success and a failure, right? In some ways, his death because he let the inversions, get under his skin and they manipulated him, whatever. But also the things that he put in motion, were central to surviving the Blackest Night, right? So I think that makes him a more complex character, which I think is interesting.
So I was just flipping through issue 0. I wonder maybe. They never come out and say it, but I wonder if Atrocitus maybe stole some Owen tech when he killed that Guardian, so that's where he gets the battery from.
Maybe that's a good point. I hadn't considered that.
And again, they showed him wrecking a Manhunter too. So between breaking a Manhunter and killing a Guardian, I'm sure there's plenty of chances to steal Owen tech.
Gosh, Phil, if only we knew more about the Manhunters. Perhaps from a giant company-wide crossover from the 1980s.
Oh, yes. I get you. Yes, you want to talk a story from the last millennia. Okay.
That's right. I'm curious to see, honestly, we got, Manhunters, right after Rebirth. Hal fought Manhunter. We got more Manhunters to get the
which he charged off a Manhunter, remember?
Yes, which was really cool.
So almost like it acted like a power battery.
Almost broadcasting that power out there. But then we also got the Lost Lanterns, with Cyborg Superman. So we had more Manhunter stuff. Curious to see, because it's been so long since Millennium. I'm curious to see what the take on Manhunters back then. I know there were sleeper agents and all kind of stuff that I don't really remember, but Manhunters in general, I'm curious to see what was kept and what was jettisoned, for Rebirth era.
Oh yeah.
Green Lantern.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're going to be focusing more on the Green Lantern stuff, but I don't know if you remember the Superman stuff. Like the Manhunters basically went to Smallville at one point and were like replacing every child at one point. Like,
oh wow,
that are like hypnotizing them, because like they had Lana Lang hypnotized to be one of their agents, because we covered it on Electric Mullet. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. They keep an eye on, Kal-El, because they're like, a Kryptonian on Earth. like they knew the minute he landed. They're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on this one.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen.
That's a wild card.
Those Kryptonians, yeah.
A Kryptonian who doesn't know he's a Kryptonian yet. Yeah, it's a wild card.
Yep.
Yeah.
So overall, we have hit, I think there have been some good things and some not so great things now, but we have finished the first year of the New 52.
Yeah, the 4 books, yeah.
Yeah. And besides the added bloodlust of New 52, there's really not a whole lot of stuff that changed. I mean, John Jones doesn't remember Guy Gardner because JLI didn't happen, blah, 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 all those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like New 52 affected the Green Lantern Corps book more than the regular Green Lantern book. Obviously we didn't have a Red Lantern or a New Guardians book, but I feel like the reboot of Green Lantern Corps for New 52, while not changing much of the Rebirth era continuity, it really changed the tone of the book. It became much different after it was relaunched in New 52. Green Lantern, Jeff Johns is still writing it. I think since Blackest Night, it's been a little uneven at times, the main Green Lantern book, but Corps, I feel like, drastically changed with New 52 reboot.
Do you think pre-New 52, like a lot of the books, even if Jeff Johns wasn't writing them, they were all kind of following the Jeff Johns plan for like, okay, here's what we're doing this year. It's going to lead up to this event. Here's what you got to do. But like with New 52, there's less of a focus for, all the books are basically doing their thing until, there's an event. Okay, now we got to zig over here and take part in the event. Yeah,
I think there is less of a focus, and I don't know if that's accidental or on purpose or just the way it is. But yeah, I would say that there's much less focus. I mean, because what's happening the first year of Red Lanterns, while it springs out of the Green Lantern book because the Guardians are trying to do away with the other corps, there's not a whole lot of, thematically, I don't feel like they're really tied together a lot. It's just, hey, this plot point happened and now you deal with it for the next year, right? And this plot point happened, you deal with it in, John killed somebody again, deal with it there. And New Guardians, Kyle's going to become a White Lantern or eventually, right? So, but I can see the appeal of having a Hal book. Obviously, I can see the appeal of that, right?
Oh, really? Can you? Okay. Yeah, I guess.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
But we get a Hal book, we get a Kyle book, we also get a Guy and John book, and then we get the Red Lanterns. right? So, I mean, I see kind of what I think they were going for, but I don't know. The execution across all four of them, I think, was very uneven.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just now that you mention, of course, you love how Jordan, me and Lilith were recording this morning. I forget we were talking something about a package, and Lilith just on there where goes, yeah, seems like I'm getting a package every other day, like calling out the drop.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
That's the one. So now that we finished the first year, those are my thoughts on the first year of New 52 Green Lantern-y stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I agree with everything you said, and again, I think we've gone over this every week, where it's like, yeah, for the first year, you had a lot of good points to each book, and again, sometimes as we got towards the end of the first year, things kind of sometimes are just like not completely off the rails, but it's just like, okay, I guess we're doing this, or hey, what's the body count now, or yeah. It's just, and again,
let's cross over with Stormwatch. Sorry.
Yeah. Because the writer's doing that book too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's just, and like we said, it seems like there's less of a focus, like, to make the books like kind of all four books aren't on the same mission statement, I guess, where it's basically like, yeah. Especially Red Lanterns. I got to be careful with that, because it's like there's no Green Lanterns here, so it's like, okay, what's a red? Do you think before New 52, did they establish firmly enough what's a Red Lantern? And
I don't think so. And they got the basics, hey, the ring replaces the heart.
Yeah.
They've got rage, but I mean, I think Milligan does a really good job of kind of fleshing out, what does it mean to be a Red Lantern, and that rage. Yeah. But
yeah, I think for the most part, he did pretty good with the limited background they probably gave him for Red Lanterns.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. The whole Atrocitus versus Bleeze thing, I didn't find that very interesting. It just didn't. Yeah. It didn't feel quite like it fit. This didn't feel like it. It was political maneuverings. But we have rage monsters here, and and Atrocitus almost created his own problem, because Bleeze is pretty much mindless, and he's like, oh, does she still have enough animal cunning to like? I know, I'll give her mind back, because that won't go wrong. Well, and that could be Milligan just saying that, hey, people who are consumed by rage are their own worst enemies. I don't know. Maybe that could be me reading into it, but it may be
I'm sure there's
part
a
of the
little
mission
of that,
statement. Yeah.
And then the whole Atrocitus thing, where he's just like, I don't know if because he's not the old Atrocitus, because the fire is kind of almost out because Krona's dead. It's like, if he's not feeling it, just quit.
Yeah. Go to the Blues. They'll heal him up and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
What would have been interesting? When was that massacre of Sector 666? That was like what?
Like a billion years ago.
Like a billion years ago. That would have been. How about that? Would have been an interesting story where it's like Atrocitus is just like, okay, Krona's dead. My family's been avenged, even if not by me. Now I just want to die, but the Red Ring won't let me die.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know.
I've been awash in sorrow and rage for a billion years, and I can't. Now I just want to rest in it. I can't.
Yeah. So I am curious to see where we're going to go off and rails in the future, because I know things are about to change pretty radically, right?
Oh yeah, because we're getting close to our first big crossover here.
Yeah, and I think one thing I thought was cool, and I have not read any of them, so I don't know how cool it is yet. Mm-hmm. But they brought back annuals. I've always kind of liked annuals. I thought that was kind of a cool thing.
Although you know what I don't like they do in the current day. Now every year the annual is just like number one. It's like 2023 number one, 2024 number one.
Number one, yeah. Just start a series and just number it.
Because no one the annuals. No one wants to keep track of the annual number. It's like, you know what? Everything's computerized now. You can't keep a list. I have lists on my computer for these stupid podcasts. You can't keep a list, or it's like, oh yeah, we started these annuals in 2018. So
there we go.
Exactly. Yeah, we're up to number 6. Okay, number 6.
Number 6 it is. But yeah, I mean, speaking of that, and this is way off topic. That's another plot point from the last volume. Because Jessica had become a Yellow Lantern. And, that was a really interesting turn for her because she's not your typical Sinestro Corps Yellow Lantern, right? And I don't know if we got just a quick, I got my ring back or something. I can't remember. I need to reread, the current stuff. But that was an interesting turn for her. And I don't know. We haven't. There's so many unanswered questions from the last volume. Gosh darn it. So many.
Well, I was about to say, Jeremy Adams. I'm sure Jeremy Adams is going to explain everything eventually. Because again, it seems like he keeps more and more. It's like, oh, okay, here's Teen Lantern. That's where she went. And again, we know he loves continuity and stuff. But no, exactly. As I was thinking that, what else just popped in my head? I was like, you know what? We should start a betting poll. Not for money, of course, kids. No. Whether we just do it on the team or with the Capes and Lunatics team, or just throw it out to the listeners. But it's like we should do a betting poll. It's like, okay, Jeremy Adams is going to be rating a Aquaman series. What issue? Here's the two bets. What's the first issue we're going to get? Any Green Lantern guest star? Any of them? And again. Which Green Lantern is going to be the guest star?
And then I would say there needs to be another bet around when is the first time a Flash and which Flash is going to show up.
Well, it might have to be Wally right now because spoilers, kids, at the end of Absolute Power, Barry Allen loses his powers.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the thing when the Amazos took everyone's powers, when they try to send them all back, some people swapped powers, I guess, but they really haven't gone much into that yet. But yeah, and then for some reason Barry Allen has no powers. So.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting.
So yeah, that should be the bet. Yeah, which issue of Aquaman will Green Lantern first appear, and which Green Lantern will it be?
Yep.
He's worked on the Justice League. At least with Hal and Kyle, I know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
And I'm trying to think. I wonder if he's probably worked with John Stewart somewhere at some point.
Maybe.
I was going to say.
Oh, surely, yeah, because John was on the League for a long time when Hal was. Well, yeah, after.
Well, I was going to. Yeah. And because I was going to say, I know Guy was on the JLI when Aquaman was at Justice League Europe, so I don't know how much they crossed over, but
yeah.
So I'd say probably at some point Aquaman's at least worked with the Four Corpsmen,
Yeah, I would agree with that, certainly. And potentially even, Jessica and Simon.
Oh, true. Yeah, they were on the Justice League for a while. Yeah. Probably everybody but Joe.
Yeah, well, just because she's so new.
Yeah, we haven't had as many appearances with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, William. Anything else?
I think we've kind of covered it.
Yes. All right. So next time we're gonna be back to Green Lantern.
Woohoo!
Green Lantern number 0, which I believe is our first appearance of a new Lantern.
I wonder who that could be, Phil.
Simon, and then so Green Lantern 0, annual number 1, which is they keep mentioning that's the prologue to what is it Wrath of the First Lantern or?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we even got as we got closer to the end of the year and all these series, it's like, oh yeah, Green Lantern annual 1, so it must be important, kids. And then also Green Lantern 13 and 14, so 0, annual 1, 13, and 14. Then the week after that, Green Lantern Corps 13 through 15. Then the week after that, Green Lantern New Guardians 13 through 15, annual number 1 and number 16. Then the week after that, Red Lanterns 13 through 16. So yeah, kids. For the last how many weeks? We've been doing 3 weeks of each book. Now we're cycling every week. So
awesome. And then after that, things get strange.
Well, yeah. After the Red Lanterns 13 through 16, we'll get the Green Lantern 15 and 16. Then, because that's episode 199. Then we'll get to episode 200 and 201, which will be the Millennium 2-part. I don't know if you call it a celebration, but yes, Millennium 2-parter. And then 202, the last episode of the year, the Larfleeze Christmas special. I'm probably gonna flip the schedule that week, so it's either right before or maybe I might just release it on Christmas Day.
I'll have to see if I can make those cookies.
Oh, nice. Oh. All right, so yes, kids. So send us your thoughts. That's the remainder of the year. So send us your thoughts on all of those. All right, so send us your thoughts on all those. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch, the classic Capes Lunatics merch. And then more angry and murderous than a Red Lantern. Lilith Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Don't make us be dancing on any of those intergalactic poles, because, you know, there's all kinds of murdery things out there. Manhunters, Red Lanterns. Yeah, please protect us and send us money.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
Thank you, Justin. And, of course, the Patreon, where, again, Lilith and I give you something different every month, exclusive only for the patrons, completely uncensored. And if you do subscribe to our Patreon, you can request topics for us to discuss. So, oh, God, we might have come up with Justin may have come up with a new idea just today. Well, I think Lilith and I are just going to talk some Halloween movies and stuff for the October episode. But, no, I saw... Here's an exclusive, kids. I saw some John Byrne art, and I was like, "Oh man, we should do. If we're ever looking for a new show, I'm sure we won't run out of content for just like, I'm like, just the sexy art of John Byrne. I'm like, we could do a show called John Byrne's Boner."
Okay.
And Justin's like, "Yo, do it on the Patreon." I'm like, "Yeah, make everyone pay for that." Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so yes, kids, so subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics /CapesandLunatics, and find everything at tubespace.io /CapesandLunatics Podcast Networks, tubespace.io /CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of all the color cores, master of the Quantum Zone, master of podcasting, and master of several, and they keep increasing, several successful Kickstarter campaigns. Mr. Will, tell everyone about all your works and where we can find them.
Well, you can find me at Walred. That's going to be at Gmail and Facebook and Blue Sky and Twitter and other places that I probably can't remember at this point. But if you'd like to check out the books that I write, you can do that at CrossoverDivision.com for Crossover Division, of course. We've done 5 individual issues and a hardcover collection of the first 4. We'll be launching 6 as soon as I can, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. If not, it may be November, but we're working on it feverishly at the moment. You can also check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com, which is an older book that I wrote. And obviously you have great taste because you're here listening to Phil and I talk about lanterns of some color or another, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. And if you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
5 inches, maybe.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I hope it's going somewhere nice.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
I love that quote, man. That is so awesome.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Yeah, you know what I was saying? I don't know if I told you this before, but I think DG Chichester was talking about that with his own Kickstarter book. You might just want to wait to do the release till like after November 5th, just because the intranets are clogged with election stuff.
Everything, that might be the best idea. Might be the best idea.
Everyone might just be happy to be like, oh, hey, some content that's not political content. Okay, yeah, what is this?
Let's do it.
Because again, kids, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I mean, aren't we all sick of ads? And I swear I get stuff in the mail every day from both sides. I'm just like, oh, come on.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for joining us again. Next week, back to Green Lantern. And the introduction of a new Earth Green Lantern. Well, new for 2012.
Exactly.
Yes. Learn the origin of Simon Baz, kids.
That is correct.
I'm always like, that doesn't seem that long ago. That was 12 years ago.
I know, man. I know.
Like, oh yeah, that new guy's been around for over a decade. Oh,
Yeah.
all right, kids.
You know,
Come
that new
back
kid,
next.
Kyle.
Oh, sorry. Come back next time, and remember, where'd that red lantern come from?
Yeah.